Welcome. This is David Bowles, Human Meme. Today's topic: things fall apart. Life is all about keeping it together. Keeping yourself together. Keeping your friends and family together. Keeping the community together. Keeping together a nation. It is difficult to keep from shattering because the world is made to break you. One of my favorite quotes is from musician Neil Young, who made Crosby, Stills, and Nash everything when he joined them, and the band became known as Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young, CSNY, CSN, and Young. And hey, bands get together and break up all the time. But when a supergroup shatters, well, everyone wants to know why. They want answers, especially the fans. So, after being broken up for a long while, Crosby, Stills, and Nash and Neil Young decided to reunite and go back on tour together a while ago. And Crosby, Stills, and Nash were delighted. The fans were screaming their approval. Tickets were being sold. A whole new super group touring hit was born. And then Neil Young decided he wanted out again. Neil Young decided he did not want to go on tour. He did not want to be Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young again. And so Neil Young dropped out of the tour, and Neil Young's dropping out of the supergroup reunion tour meant the whole tour was canceled because the band was not getting back together again. And the fans were furious. Crosby, Stills, and Nash were livid. And Neil Young did not care. That tour, that getting back together again, or not, in the end, did not matter to Neil Young. And later, in an interview, when Neil Young was asked about dropping out of the reunion tour and ruining everybody's dream of more money and extended fame, Neil Young's answer as to why it happened was simple and plaintive and absolute. And this is my now favorite quote from Neil Young that I previously mentioned. And this is the quote. "Sometimes," Neil Young said, "things fall apart as fast as they come together." And isn't that the simple beauty of us, the self-determined, of who we all really are? The plain beauty of the joy in the truth. Sometimes things fall apart as fast as they come together. And my human meme friend, the hard part about accepting the truth of that Neil Young quote is this: people want one answer. And for Neil Young, there wasn't a single answer. Things just fall apart. Sometimes things fall apart without any effort at all. And it's nobody's fault. So Neil Young's decision to tour again, to form a more perfect union again, was quick and fast. And then, so too, was the death of that idea. It was all just as quick and fast. And that is what a lot of people fail to understand about life. We like to view the world in easily verifiable and definitive terms and tones. The world is good and evil. Facts are black and white. We are a people of the moral and the immoral. And while those are convenient labels, rarely do those divisions hold up under scrutiny. But, as I said before, people need a reason. They cannot accept something neutral or nebulous as an answer. They need some sort of drama. They need tension in the decision. Even an irrational rationale is fine as a reason, as long as an explanation is offered. And so many of us, too many of us, most of us, make up a reason for our decisions, just to get other people off our backs. Some of us lie, some of us deceive. Sometimes we even dare to tell the truth. But so many of us are just not allowed to shrug our shoulders and give the Neil Young answer. Sometimes things fall apart as fast as they come together. And the human need to know goes beyond supergroup reunions. We see the same kind of fury to know when a relationship breaks up, or we lose a job, or we get ripped off, or we become injured. And we, the people, demand a reason. We must have just one reason for what happened and why. And that's why honesty and directness don't always comply with need. Because, as you know, relationships fall apart. God is funny. Life is unfair. The witch stole my underwear. And because there isn't just one thing, there is not one reason that something happened, that something fell apart, because there are 1,000 reasons why things fall. And that's the truth of it. But few people will willingly accept that complicated response as an acceptable reason for spinning the world around upside down. And so, my human meme friend, we are pressured by the unsatisfied just to make up a reason. Yes, just give me one single reason for 1,000 days of trouble and error and terror. That's what other people need. That's all they want from us. The one thing to hang their empty hat upon. They say they want to understand, but only in their way. They don't want truth or the facts. They only want something convenient that makes them feel better about something that did not happen to them. Unless, of course, they are involved in the falling apart. Oh, then they want just one reason to blame it all on you. Oh, they're well aware of the 1,000 reasons burned into their emotional experience. And my human meme friend, the best way forward is this. Just go ahead and accept that life is complex and complicated. And know, give in, surrender if you have to, and confess there is no such thing as one thing or one reason to unite them all. The everything. Life is complex and muddled, and we all know that. Hey, sometimes things just fall apart. But they can also come back together just as quickly, and then not fall apart. People know, but without confession, that success is complicated and savory, and failure is solitary and absolute. Oh, she worked hard for her success and won. But that guy over there, well, he's a failure because he lost this big deal. The world is not filled with winners and losers, but with the excused and the unexcused. And it is our job to make the fine definitions between the two and make it mean something. If, that is, we dare to challenge the gods and their frail whims against us. Success is born of failures, multiple failures, and a multiplicity of falls. And all failure is not permanent. We can stand up. We can resurrect. We can carry on. We can win the day with perseverance and never giving up. But we must always have at the ready the one reason for anything we do, everything we say, fail, win, and that one thing must never be the same and may never be unique, but that one thing does bind us to each other in this one final truth. All things fall. Thank you for listening. Be a human meme.